Steven Kwan.
He has burst upon the scene.
This kid has been something special. It's out of here.
Remember the days when guys like Nomar Garciaparra or Ichiro Suzuki would lead the league with a 350-plus batting average? Although it wasn't that long ago, that sort of production has increasingly become the hallmark of a bygone era. Even getting to 300 is harder than ever thanks to modern-day training techniques that enable big league pitchers to easily top 95 miles per hour and rip off breaking balls that seemingly sweep across entire time zones. But there's one guy on the Cleveland Guardians who can clearly beat back the high-spin missiles hurtling towards home plate to party like it's 1999. Despite measuring just 5'9" and about 175 pounds, Steven Kwan has proved an oversized thorn in the side of MLB pitchers and the rare player capable of reaching the lofty batting marks that have all but disappeared from today's game. Thanks to his crazy bat-to-ball skills, his relentless hustle, and his jaw-dropping outfield defense, Kwan has emerged as one of baseball's most popular stars, and a major reason why Cleveland fans can hold out hope for finally winning their first World Series since 1948. So, exactly how good is Steven Kwan? Let's break down the evidence to take a closer look at the unassuming throwback who just keeps pounding out the hits in the Forest City. Steven Robert Kwan was born on September 5, 1997 in Los Gatos, California, and grew up in the nearby Bay Area city of Fremont. Oddly, this future professional athlete wasn't particularly interested in sports at first. But he found one to his liking after starting baseball at age 4. And with an assist from the summers spent playing pinball in his grandmother's garage, he began honing the hand-eye coordination that would eventually turn him into one of the game's elite hitters. Showcasing those bat-to-ball skills along with a strong arm and impressive speed, Kwan cracked the Washington High School varsity baseball team as a freshman. Although he hit just .250 that year, he boosted his average to .316 as a sophomore and then an incredible .489 as a junior. Following an equally outstanding senior season in which he batted .462 and earned Mission Valley Athletic League MVP honors, Kwan prepared to take his talents up the coast to Oregon State University. It was at the idyllic Oregon State campus where Kwan received a harsh reality check about his ability to hang with the best players in the country. Taking the field alongside future major leaguers like Adley Rutschman and Nick Madrigal, Kwan began having doubts about his own credentials as a big league prospect. And following an awful debut in which he struck out twice, failed to lay down a bunt, and missed a ball in the outfield, Kwan went into a mental tailspin that eventually forced him to take a 2-month break. But Kwan got back on track with the help of meditation sessions and efforts to overhaul his swing, and he went on to bat a robust .331 as a sophomore to help Oregon State reach the semifinals of the College World Series. The following year, he topped .350 as the leadoff hitter for the Beavers, with 50 walks against just 18 strikeouts in 66 games. Although he was slowed down by a hamstring injury during the NCAA tournament, Kwan capped his amateur career in grand fashion when Oregon State topped Arkansas to win the 2018 College World Series. Selected in the 5th round of the 2018 amateur draft, Kwan batted a combined .346 for Cleveland's bottom 2 affiliates in his first taste of pro ball, before posting a .280 average for High A Lynchburg in 2019. When COVID hit, and while most of us were hiding in our rooms and spending 18 hours a day on the computer, Kwan was figuring out ways to become a better hitter. He re-emerged from that lost 2020 season to bat .328 with 12 home runs and 296 at-bats across Double and AAA in 2021. With more walks than strikeouts despite the increased attempts to hit for power. That performance caught the attention of Cleveland's front office, and when the 24-year-old hit a whopping .469 with no strikeouts over 16 spring training games in 2022, his place on the Guardians' opening day roster became a foregone conclusion. Batting 7th in his first regular season MLB game on April 7th, Kwan drew a pair of walks before lacing his first big league hit off Royals closer Scott Barlow. A noticeable debut to be sure, but the lanky rookie was just getting warmed up. He collected 2 more hits and a walk on April 9th, before going a whopping 5 for 5 with 4 runs scored the following day. With 2 more walks and a triple on April 11th, Kwan became the first major leaguer to reach base safely 15 times in his first 4 games. Following another 2 walks and a single on April 12th, Kwan finally recorded his first swing and miss on the 117th pitch seen of the season, easily an MLB record since the start of the 21st century. Of course, it was an unsustainably torrid start, and after Kwan batted .354 to win AL Rookie of the Month honors for April, he looked more like your typical struggling newcomer with a .173 average in May. But whether it was the meditation or the trash talk-filled clubhouse chess games that helped him bond with his teammates, Kwan didn't get rattled. He rebounded to hit .341 in June, and began displaying increased confidence as a base stealer. Meanwhile, his speed and instincts were already making him look like one of the best outfielders in baseball. The highlight of a stellar defensive season came on August 26th, and Kwan went flying into the stands Derek Jeter style to catch a foul ball off the bat of the Mariners' Cal Raleigh. True to his MO, Kwan didn't hit for much power during that rookie season. Still, it was his first career grand slam off the Rangers' Joe Barlow that sealed the AL Central Division title for Cleveland on September 25th. 2 weeks later, Kwan made a statement by blasting a home run off the flame-throwing Garrett Cole in Game 1 of the ALDS against the Yankees. Although the Guardians ultimately lost the series in 5 games, it certainly wasn't the fault of their pesky leadoff hitter, who batted .429 with just 1 strikeout over 22 plate appearances. When the disappointment ebbed and the dust settled on the 2022 season, Kwan could finally enjoy the fruits of his hard work. On November 1st, he became the first Cleveland rookie since Sandy Alomar Jr. in 1990 to win a Gold Glove award. 2 weeks later, he finished 3rd in the AL Rookie of the Year voting, a nod to a standout campaign in which he batted .298, swiped 19 bases, led all AL rookies in hits and runs, and proved the second toughest player in baseball to fan with a puny 9.4 strikeout percentage. The 2023 calendar year started out on a sour note for Kwan, who is of Japanese and Chinese ancestry, but was denied the opportunity to play for either country in the World Baseball Classic due to passport issues. Nevertheless, things were looking up for the sophomore outfielder, who ranked 66 on the MLB Network's preseason top 100 players list. Kwan seemed to be picking up where he left off by notching 5 RBIs in his second game and going for multiple hits 5 times in a 9-game span. But his bat again cooled off as the calendar flipped to May, and this time he struggled to regain his stroke as the summer settled in at Progressive Field. Kwan did put together a strong July with a .330 average and 12 extra base hits in 26 games. But a disappointing August dragged his numbers back down, and a 3-for-29 rut to close out the season dropped his final average to .268. Although that was well below his .298 mark from the year before, there were still plenty of positives to take away from his sophomore campaign. Kwan actually boosted his totals in runs, doubles, walks, and stolen bases, albeit in more plate appearances, while remaining amongst the toughest in the game to strike out. Furthermore, a deep dive into the numbers revealed a hidden layer of base running excellence, as Cleveland's catalyst led all players in advancing from first to third on a single. And finally, there was no denying that his fielding was as stellar as ever, as Kwan topped all left fielders in defensive runs saved and outs above average for the second straight year to claim a second Gold Glove award. In early 2024, Kwan revealed his intention to hit for more power in the upcoming season. The idea was to overcome a deep-seated aversion to swinging and missing by taking aggressive cuts in favorable counts, an approach that theoretically would lead to more extra base hits at the possible expense of his contact rate. Halfway through the season, it's safe to say that approach worked, but not exactly in the manner envisioned. After totaling 11 home runs across his first 2 big league seasons, Kwan set a new career high with his 7th dinger in just his 49th game of 2024. But the anticipated whiff increase never materialized, as the contact king instead saw his swinging strike percentage and his strikeout percentage drop to career lows after the first 3 months of the season. Furthermore, Kwan's overall numbers were a sight to behold during that time period. After he posted a .350 average with an .895 OPS through April, the May jinx looked to be rearing its ugly head again when the red-hot outfielder came down with a strained hamstring early in the month. But he was better than ever after returning 3 weeks later, reeling off a 14-game hit streak that briefly pushed his average to a whopping 400 on June 20th. While his pace slowed down in the following weeks, making it unlikely that he will become baseball's first 400 hitter since World War II, Kwan's unerring ability to put the bat on the ball, combined with the experience gained from over 2 full years in the show, had him in a great position to become Cleveland's first batting champ since Bobby Avila in 1954. Kwan made the All-Star team in 2024 as a left fielder and continues to make strides. So there you have it. Whether it's because of the meditation, the pinball-honed reflexes, or some secret sauce to be found in the Cleveland dining scene, Steven Kwan has shown that he can ignite a team with his unique skill set, all the while proving that a contact specialist can still thrive amid the high exit velocity, strikeout-inclined behemoths who dominate today's game. Thanks for watching, and from all of us at the Yak Fam, we appreciate your support.